What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build for the first time in Chapter 4 Season 4. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like and subscribe if you would like to see more. I know a lot of you have been asking me to make a video like this again. I just kind of focus on more topical stuff at the start of the season. I think we're going to be going Sanguine here. There's a decent boss for it. The radio tower that's nearby is going to be the one on the ice lake. You can see that it's there already, so we're going to want to loot Sanguine and then rotate towards the ice lake. And I likely will be making a video soon on kind of tips for the vault locations. I talked about that in my spectating video, and a lot of you guys said you would like to see that. I'm going to be landing at this kind of like right side of the POI here. That's where I like to land, and then you can kind of like drop down and get the vault easily. And the way I like to play these POIs is just to kind of prevent other people from getting to the vault, because I've never been the biggest fan of vault POIs. Like, the way I would like to play them and the way I typically play early games, I just kind of land and try to kill everybody around me. And like when it comes to these vault POIs, I would like to just kill everybody and then wait until the vault, like until everybody else is dead, you know? Like, I want to clear the POI first and then worry about that, but that doesn't really work with these POIs because you always just have people rushing to get in as fast as possible. So I like to just try to kind of gatekeep the vault. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people landing on the side of the POI I wanted to land on, so things might get pretty hectic here. There's one of these heist bags here, which is important because the way I get into the vault, we need dude, that player completely caught me off guard. But what I was trying to say is, the way I want to get into the vault, we need one of the, like, the ram or the shockwaves or the grenade launcher to break the wall. I'm just going to get up right now. Dang, my shotgun was loaded there. I think we killed that guy. Gotta reload my SMG. I did not want to drop it. I want to get this ammo box. I don't know if this guy's baiting it, but there might be shield in here. W. But yeah, those big walls with the cracks on them, you can break them with either like the ram or shockwaves or the sticky nade launcher. And there's a few of those in the way here. I would have liked to have grabbed that sticky nade launcher. That way I don't have to use shockwaves. Oh, someone already broke this. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to kill that player. So now we can just kind of chill here, because anyone who gets the vault is right here. So if they get the key card, they either have to come through these lasers or come through that broken wall there. If the POI seemed a little more dead, I would just go ahead and break the wall and eliminate the boss. But I feel like if I do that, everybody and their mother is just going to drop down. Like, there's still a decent amount of people here. So I think it's in my best interest to keep that wall kind of broken or built. Nice. Get 2 easy shotgun shots on that guy and shockwave behind him. Could have been a little bit cleaner, and I also knew I had more shockwaves here, so it's not like we're wasting anything. There's still that Sloan from earlier. I think now we can maybe get the boss. And you can just kind of hit this part of the wall with the ram and break it, and then you don't go all the way through. But this is kind of how I like getting it. I break through this backside, break that wall. And then it's like you're not in so much of a hurry, because if you land on the spot that I landed on, it's pretty easy to drop down and at least get to like right here. There is one of those walls you have to break right there where my ping is. But someone had already broken it this game. I think there's somebody outside the vault. Yeah, there is. It's that Sloan from earlier. I feel like people really underestimate the low shockwave when you just kind of shockwave, don't get any sort of elevation off of it, and then you just go sideways. so easy to get like decent angles on players like that, and a lot of times they like won't even be able to track what you did. Like you just like, if they're not actively looking at you, like that guy was just playing cover. Super easy. So luckily we got the MK. This is the best mythic in my opinion, or at least one of them. It's between this, the shockwave, and the charge shotgun. I'm not the best with the charge shotgun, so I think for me it's between the launcher and the MK. So now we have everything I need. Grab this. If I had EMP grenades, I would have thrown them right there. Or if I had the launcher. Those like area of effect items can be so good for when players are like kind of outside the vault waiting on you. I'm just gonna leave this guy. Nice. Figured he'd chase. And even if he doesn't, like I'm not that concerned about getting that one kill. For most of the bosses, or for most of the AI and the turrets, after I get the vault, I just run past them. And the rift is over here, and there's also 2 heist bags here that are often unlooted. I don't really need anything from the heist bags though, like we're fine on loot. The main thing that would be nice to get from them would be like shockwaves or maybe EMPs as well. So now that we looted that, we have about 30 seconds until radio tower spawns, and like I said earlier, it's this one over here. And I looked at that when I was on the battle bus. The ones near Sanguine is going to be either that one or this one right here. I would prefer for it to be this one, but it can alternate between those 2 spots. So we're just going to go ahead and pad over there. We have about 15 seconds left. We're going to be there a little later than I would like. I like to just get to here a bit early and hopefully clear out any players here before the boss spawns and then eliminate the boss and quickly get out of here. But it is what it is. Sanguine was a little more... wasn't that populated, but like the people weren't just... like people kind of played it a bit slower. I know I haven't gotten my augments yet, but we'll get to that eventually. And I think these radio towers are super important. Talk. Someone's throwing EMPs at us. Go back to this house. Hit a low ground pump on him there. I wanted to slide through that door. Didn't happen though. GG's. So I've talked about this a bunch, how important those radio towers are, but I still get comments, people like, it's too hard to fight them, or I get third-partied. Like, you're definitely probably going to get third-partied for it. Like that there. You just, like, a lot of things you do in this game, you're going to get third-partied. It's just how you respond to getting third-partied matters. And that's why I prefer the other radio tower to this one, the one I was talking about near the launch pad building. Because I feel like getting third-partied on this ice is not it. But the radio towers are so OP. You get to see zone for the remainder of the game. You get slurps, which is the best healing item in the game. It's just very, very good. And I feel like I kind of have like a different approach to the game for some people, because I have gotten a decent amount of comments of people being like, yeah, it's too risky to fight the radio towers. I'd rather just not get it. And it's like, sure, you're more likely to make it deeper in the game if you just don't worry about it at all. I just will go ahead and grab this SMG. But personally, the way I play the game is I want to just do the things I want to do over the course of the game, or get the things I need to actually win the game, you know? Like, you're more likely to win the game if you just loot one thing and hide all game. And if you get zoned the entire game and you don't have to move, then, like, sure, you'll make it deep in that game and maybe win. But, like, you're not gonna have the best chances at winning a fight when it comes down to that, you know? So I think having slurps is huge. Obviously, you can get slurps through other means as well, but getting them early I think is very nice. And then seeing zone is also very nice. Not only does it make playing endgame super easy and you have a huge advantage on other players' endgame, but also it's really nice for getting the island quick as well. And I think controlling island in that zone is also like a huge asset. I wanted to go for my cache, but I don't think I would get there in time. It was really far away. But okay, so now we see the third zone is over here. So we know island is probably going to spawn somewhere around there. So getting to island first, I think, makes it very easy to control that and get those kills. And I think controlling island is really nice this season because of how insane the twin mag AR is. Like, it's always been good to be on island, but like with the ARs we have this season, you can just melt people across the map super easily. And I would like to be the one controlling it rather than the one having it done to them, you know? And like that kind of plays into what I was saying before about like how I approach the game in terms of like getting the things I need and doing the things I need to win the game rather than just like existing and making it in game. So it's like, yeah, going to the vault is risky. I don't think this is the one I just saw. Going to the vault is risky. It was a Yuletide Ranger. I don't know what happened to him. But getting like the mythic MK definitely increases your chances of winning, you know? Getting the radio tower is risky, but it definitely increases your chances to winning. And it's like that, seeing where zone is, I think it's such a huge advantage endgame that like I would almost rather take that risk earlier on in the game than just lose to someone who has that advantage on me endgame, you know? Like you save time, honestly. And then also on the flip side, this guy's gonna ram. I don't know why he's doing this. Dang, not the best aim there. Maybe we just leave that guy. I don't know what he's doing. I feel like if I chase him, he's just gonna keep using mobility and stuff. And I've talked about this before with Island in the past as well. When it was very influential in season 2, when it gave the mythic pulse rifle. Like the better players in the lobby are probably gonna go for it. So if you can get them out of the game, that's good for you. And like vaults and the radio towers are kind of a similar way, where like if you can, you know, fight someone who's decent earlier on in the game and just get them out of the lobby, I feel like that makes your life easier. And a lot of the more knowledgeable players, I mean, everyone kind of knows the radio towers are good at this point, but like people really want that advantage, you know? So, and this is what I was talking about island. Like with this zone, with what third zone was, I figured island would be spawning somewhere over here. Because like this was third zone, the spawns for it in that zone. I think there's one like over here, there's one here, there's one here. That's what I thought it was gonna be. That one is so inconvenient. And there's probably more around here, but like, yeah, just being able to like have a better guess of where fourth zone might be when you're in third, makes it easier to get the island. And then if it's easier for you to get island, it's going to be easier for you to control it, and it's going to be easier for you to like play out the rest of the game. Someone's testing me. EMPs are very nice on island. I messed that up. I'm annoyed. I don't know where this guy went. He was like zipping up this one. I don't know if he dropped or what. This MK is insane, but I feel like the twin mag is better at long range like that. That's not ideal. And that's what I was saying before about the EMP grenades being insane on island. It's just that. Shockwave up, throw EMPs down. And a lot of island fights play out around this house, so if you just give up house and you have EMPs like that, super easy kill. If he opened the door when he was just playing this door still, I could have thrown them at that. I was considering trying to hit them right there and getting splash damage off that window, but I wasn't sure if I'd be able to hit it. But yeah, the EMPs are very, very good. I very much hope they get nerfed. I made a video about them yesterday, and a lot of people were saying I was wrong about them, but we'll see. There's been a lot of times when Zero Build has kind of had a meta where you shockwave up and throw things, and I think the EMPs are just as good as the repeater spam was. Or maybe not just as good as that, but it's very insane. And we had shockwave boogie bomb for a lot of chapter 3. And I feel like it's kind of a similar kind of strategy. I'm gonna go ahead and capture this. I don't want to use the infiltrator pump, but sometimes you get sharp tooth out of it. Like you get a high rarity sharp tooth. You also get a radar ping, which will be nice. We have 6 opponents remaining. I kind of want to go down to Cabby and see if I can buy some shockwaves, because we're not great on shockwaves. Unfortunately, I didn't get on the go bag this game. And so when I zipped up here, I saw that other guy zipping up. I didn't know what happened to him, but kind of my goal or thought process was like, I'm just gonna do stuff on this house and see if he tries to make a play. Like, I would rather just chill house and start shooting at some people and be aware that I'm likely to get third partied than like go down here and search for him, you know? So while I was shooting that AI down there, I wasn't really that committed to that fight. I was kind of just trying to make this guy under me think that he has the ability to do something. So we see zone went far. So I'm gonna go see Cabby, buy shockwaves, come back up here. There's another guy here. Someone just rifted. Alrighty then. The EMPs were enough to just scare that man off house. GG's, brother. I did not do a thing to you. The MK is just that OP, man. Me shooting the MK at him made him not want to be in this lobby anymore. I relate to it. But look at how much of an easier time we have. We see exactly which buildings are going to be in zone. So we can just go and control this one. I think this one is going to be the tallest one that's in zone. And we got more shocks on him. Unfortunately, I'm still in a low rarity sharp tooth. I would have liked to do the EMP strat that I talked about in the video I made yesterday, but we just didn't find a lot of EMP grenades, so we're in for a more standard one this season, or this game, sorry. And it's not like this traditional setup is bad by any means, but I feel like the EMPs are very good, and the ease of use of the EMPs is pretty busted. Like, I think it's easier to just shockwave yourself up and throw some things down than it is to, like, consistently hit shots on the opponent, you know? It doesn't require very much aim skill. And, like, even in team game modes, having somebody on your team take advantage of that and just, like, kind of capitalize on the chaos of the situation and EMP people from the sky, I think could be very good. Okay, so we see next zone is over here. And again, like, seeing where zone is makes your life so much easier in-game. Because a lot of in-game is just kind of making educated guesses and trying to put yourself in the best situation to kind of deal with the worst situation, I feel like. Like, that's kind of how I play in-game. It's like, I want to put myself in a spot where even if we get the worst zone pull, it's like works out for me. Or if there is like a godlike spot in zone, maybe you play for that hoping you get favored. But with this zone, or with forecast, we see exactly where zone is going to be. And so there's less of that educated guessing. Like, controlling those buildings in Mega City would be nice, but we see that next zone is going to go down to this gas station after this one. So I'm going to go over here because this spot has an easier rotation down into that gas station than the Mega City buildings do. And, like, if I didn't have forecast, I would probably just play the Mega City buildings thinking, like, okay, this is the best spot to be for now. And then we would have to rotate more. Like, the radio tower advantage is so huge. And there's, like, I'm playing solos. There's 3 radio towers on the map regardless of game mode. But there's, like, 2 other people that potentially have that advantage. And I might have eliminated them already. They might have been the people that contested me island, you know? And so going into this endgame, I might be the only one with that advantage. But even not, like, if somebody's going to have it, you want to be one of the people that has it, you know? Shockwave the bush. Usually it'll shockwave them out of the bush, but because of where he was, he, like, got stuck in between that rock. Kind of wasted shocks there, but I want to get rid of that player. That was the guy that was running from me earlier. He seemed decent-ish. I mean, I don't know. He never shot his gun, but he ran from me. Like, when we were playing around cover and stuff, he wasn't making any, like, you know, terrible mistakes. Now this zone is kind of weird because we see next goes back up the mountain. And again, this kind of stops me from making a potential mistake. Although I don't even know if it would be a mistake in this instance because this zone is kind of weird. But like normally with the zone we're currently in, I would like to go to gas station and just play that as it opens up. But like doing that will make rotating afterwards harder for me. I kind of want to try to check that guy's loot that I killed, but I don't know. This guy in the hill. And the reason why I was saying that might not be a mistake is just because of how scuffed the zone is. So there's 3 opponents. That fight just happened. There's one other guy. I think it might be the guy on the mountain. That's kind of unfortunate timing for me. If I didn't go back to check that loot, I might have been able to do something about that fight. And then now we don't even get I didn't get the loot or get that kill. But I want to see if there's more shocks on this person or the shockwave launcher, because it sounded like somebody had it over there. I only have 3 shockwaves. Okay, yeah, they do have the launcher. They have the grenades as well, but I think I'm going to go for that. Unfortunate. He's baiting it. I'm just going to burn these because we have the launcher, so we have so many now. Other player is going to be on my left side, I think. Yep. That guy's rocket ramming at him, I think. Not the most use of a slurp, but this fight is going to be the one that decides the game. The one that rocket rammed is the one that got that kill. Actually, never mind, I'm wrong. I'm dumb. I was going to say the one that rocket rammed is the one that got that kill because I saw it in the kill feed earlier, but when I saw him in the kill feed, it was the fight over there. And it's one of like the beneficial things about paying attention to the kill feed. Like I messed up there and thought about it backwards because I had ended up killing the guy low ground. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Unfortunately, things went a little south there in game. We can actually go into replay mode for a second there. I've had people to ask me to do something like this in replay mode, but the thing about replay mode is the game is very, I think a very important skill in Fortnite is making decisions with imperfect information. And with replay mode, you see everything all the time. So it's very easy to just obviously make the correct decision when you have all the information, you know? Like right here. It's a 1v1v1. Okay, this is when I got the shockwave launcher. Again, that kind of comes back to what I was saying before about, like, I want to do the things that's going to give me the best chances to win the game. And sometimes that involves taking risks. So I only had 3 shockwaves. 3 shockwaves is enough, for sure. Like, it's an okay amount. But I have a kill here. Having more shockwaves, I think, increases my chances to win the game. Like, I'm not going to be in a situation where I run out of mobility, or I shouldn't, you know? Less likely to have that happen. Unfortunately, we get beamed, but because I have the launcher and we have the slurp juice, which is the best healing item in the game, we can recover here. And like kind of leading up to that, there's a bunch of, I should have just done one or the other. Like I kind of came back here and then I was like, oh, maybe I should get that loot. And then those people fought. So I was like, okay, maybe I should third party that. That was not good. But we get the heals off. And when it's a 1v1v1 like this, you're always just going to get third partied. Like people complain about third parties, but it's just the natural way to play the game. If there's 3 people left and 2 are fighting, you're going to get third partied. So while I was beaming this guy, I was trying to say, I don't know if I completed what I was trying to say, is the other guy is going to be coming from my left. And we know that because they had fought over there before. And he ended up coming around behind me faster than I anticipated. But kind of my goal here was just to get tags on this guy, maybe get the kill. But more so just not get griefed by the third party. And unfortunately, I kind of stuck around for this kill for too long. I should have just like got the tags on him and then repositioned immediately. But I thought this guy would take a bit longer to come. But I was pretty aware of the fact that that player was going to be flanking me. And then again here, I drink the slurp. This was like very good for me. I was going to chill behind this rock. The other guy starts shooting me. That isn't great. I have the shockwave launcher, so even if what happened didn't happen, I think I can live here and just keep wasting time. But we got incredibly lucky that this player decided to just rocket ram onto him, because I'm in a bad spot here. Like I still think I could have won this game, but things weren't great. This player rocket ramming onto it just alleviates all the pressure from me though. And then here I said, I think, like it's hard for me to remember like when I say like a full sentence or if I'm about to say something and then it just gets derailed. But drinking a slurp here for 36 is not the greatest use of a slurp juice, obviously. But this next fight that's coming up is going to be the fight that decides the outcome of the game. Either I'm going to third party this and get the win, or I'm going to third party that and lose. But like either way, like that fight is going to be the one that decides the outcome of the game. So I might as well drink the slurp, get the little bit of HP back, and then also just have it ticking when I'm in the fight. And then this player's weak, so we push it. But like I didn't even know going into it that he's weak, but just we're gonna probably get decent timing on him because he was just fighting. Like he likely took damage, even if he didn't take any damage. His guns aren't loaded. He's probably gonna be looking at the loot. He's like flustered maybe. Like it's just very easy when you're the one third partying it, and I'm like confident fighting. So we end up getting the kill here. Unfortunate for this player. I feel like they weren't as ready to deal with getting third partied as I was. Like after getting that kill, and it now being a 1v1, they probably should have just immediately tried to like use mobility to get out of there because like I said before, when it's a 1v1 and 2 fight, you're always going to get third partied. And it's kind of like what I talked about on Island too, just like being aware that you're going to get third partied and being ready to deal with that, I think is super important. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful, informative, interesting. If you did, remember to give it a like. I've had people ask me to use replay mode, like I said, so I thought maybe we would incorporate a bit of that into this video. But I like making these videos and the spectating videos in-game because, like I said, making decisions with imperfect information is a huge skill in-game, and replay mode gives you all the information in the game. Like, anybody can look at replay mode and be like, yeah, that's a good play. But seeing how somebody comes to the conclusion of making the decisions with imperfect information, like I do with the spectating videos of these, I think is more important than just like, you know, oh, this guy's camping a bush, go and do that, you know? Like, it's a different game. Like replay mode can obviously be helpful, but it's just different than what I'm going for in these videos. But I hope you guys found this interesting, informative, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.